Welcome back to Republican Comic-Con. We're in the thick of it. You want to talk about your sign?
I've done enough interviews today.
You've done enough interviews? Man. The morning just started. You have like Joe Biden energy about you.
I'm not here to specifically change people's mind because people don't instantly change their minds. It's just important for there to be a juxtaposition. You go in there and ask yourself, what's going to be done about the rent? What's going to be done about how it's to run a small business? You know, I don't think Trump is for us. I think he's for the big money and the AI bros and everybody else.
What do you say? So like for Israel, for big money, for who?
Well, Israel's part of it, right? I think Biden is just as guilty as Trump in terms of the genocide, but Biden at least took care of American citizens. Trump is just not even pretending.
It's a little disappointing, isn't it? Because he came in 2016, 2015, he came in saying, we're going to drain the swamp, we're going to get all these traitors out, we're going to arrest Hillary Clinton. What happened?
So I would suggest that anyone curious look into the Supreme Court and the cases they've decided. Specifically look at Trump versus the United States and Snyder versus the United States. Trump versus the United States says that anything is an official act. So if he sends SEAL Team 6 towards someone, he can kill anyone he wants. And he can also take any bribes that he wants. Snyder versus the United States shows that any bribery will be, after the fact, will be considered a gratuity and therefore illegal. That is a heinous precedent to set in a supposedly democratic country.
You're very articulate. Where do you learn all of this?
Well, it's not about learning. I think we are so conditioned towards convenience. We're like, oh, I'm going to consume information that's pushed towards us. But if there's something in your backyard, like a housing development or a data center or something else that's pushed specifically because of a corporate interest, it's important to know what's going on and whose voice actually matters.
Do you do any local advocacy? Like, do you, for example, go to your city council meetings? Do you go to the Capitol? Do you go speak for bills?
I'm not going to answer that question in a public setting just because, I'm trying to keep a lowish profile. But yeah, I've done plenty for my community.
Well, good for you. Good for you. Because what I see, one of the root causes of the problems that I see in the country is that people focus way too much on the highest echelons of government. They focus on the House, the Senate, the presidency. Oh, Donald Trump's going to fix our problems. Kamala Harris is going to fix all our problems. But they don't do the lowest level possible. And somebody out in the ether, they had said that if you can't clean your own bedroom, then you can't go out and change the world. So I take that as a philosophy, right? We have to work at a grassroots level. You have to work at the local level before you can start going to the bigger level.
I agree, but there are so many things that affect beyond our local communities. For example, bombing Venezuelan boats, calling fentanyl a weapon of mass destruction because we couldn't find an actual WMD, right? I do not want to go to another war. I talk to far many disillusioned youth who have lost limbs, who have lost their mental health for the U.S. war machine, and they didn't get anything out of it besides 100% disability rating. If that, I think we have to look to local national politics because that is going to be the unnecessary wars, the military-industrial complex, and everything that the American public supports but absolutely shouldn't.
All right, so I'm a genie. I wave the magic wand. I give you 3 wishes. Whatever you wish is what's going to happen. What are your 3 wishes?
My first wish actually starts with American people, that they develop an attitude that it's their job to fix every problem, well, not every problem, a problem that's within their power. So I think just that first wish, the attitude change, would fix so much of the apathy, and it would fix so much of the inertia that we see in our politics. The second wish that I would take is to absolutely get rid of the corruption that we have, the legalized corruption that I mentioned earlier. And the third wish that I would take is that we get a direct democracy instead of a representative democracy.
I like that. Very unique takes. And I like that you had that readily available, right? It's kind of a curveball question.
Readily available. I just kind of riffed on what I was saying earlier, right? So.
Well, like I say, you're very articulate. You're a young guy. May I ask how old you are?
I'm not going to go into age, but I'm between 20 and 30, right?
Okay, so younger demographic. And one thing I find really interesting, and I'm actually trying to interview some of the big names in there about this, is if you look at the statistics for demographics and their support of Israel.
Yeah.
The baby boomer generation, 70 to 80% support of Israel.
Yeah.
The younger the generations go, the less the support
gets. They're the
gets.
ones going to get drafted, and there's the ones who aren't going to, like the older generation already benefited from compounding interest. They might have a house, they might have decent retirement savings, but the younger generation is much more exposed, right? People aren't stupid, they know what's in their best interest. And I hate that there's no solidarity between us. There's no solidarity across age, across disability, across race, across gender. people genuinely think that their moral universe begins and ends with them. But as we saw during the pandemic, what goes around comes around, and it kills so many people.
It's been really interesting talking to you. Do you mind if I just know your name?
Sure. I'll have it off the record.
Off the record. Okay, sounds good. Follow RTN Broadcasting on X, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you.